Thank you for the opportunity to visit with all of you today. Thank you for all the work that you do to help keep our nation moving and moving safely. Some of you will recall I've spoken to your annual conference many times before. This is my first time, though, speaking to you as a chairman. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to lead the Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works and get to work to repair our roads, our highways, our bridges with all of you. Our committee has a long history of being able to bring people together from both sides of the aisle in order to get work done and help the American people. And that tradition I very much plan to continue as its chairman. I look forward to working with our new ranking member, Senator Shelley Capito from my native West Virginia, as partners in tackling the surface transportation challenges facing West Virginia, Delaware, and our nation. Senator Capito and I have reached agreement to start discussions to look back at the bipartisan bill that was reported from our committee about 18 months ago. We intend to look back at that bill, build on that legislation, the progress that was made in the last Congress. That bill, called America's Transportation Infrastructure Act, or ATIA for short, would have significantly expanded investments in our highway programs, providing about $287 billion over 5 years. That's a 27% increase over the FAST Act, the previous reauthorization bill. While the Senate didn't pass our comprehensive bill last Congress, we were able to provide a full-year extension this past September, as you may recall, as well as nearly $14 billion to keep our Highway Trust Fund solvent for the year. Now, the work before us this Congress is to get a robust surface transportation reauthorization bill across the finish line and on the President's desk to be signed into law. And I'm glad that we have such a strong partner in the Oval Office for this effort. Just a week or so ago, President Biden invited Shelley Capito and myself to a White House meeting along with Ben Cardin and Jim Inhofe to discuss investments in our transportation infrastructure, two Democrats, two Republicans. And from day one, President Biden has made it clear that one of his top priorities is investing in our transportation infrastructure. And he sees that as a key way to strengthen our economy, create good paying jobs, and address climate change. So it's like a threefer. And our reauthorization package can play a central role in making the President's Build Back Better vision a reality. Surface transportation reauthorization is a remarkable opportunity to address climate change. Transportation emissions are the largest source of emissions in our economy. Almost 30% come from our mobile sources, our cars, trucks, and vans. So addressing those emissions are a critical part of how we can tackle climate change and save our planet while creating a lot of jobs. We can reduce these emissions in a variety of ways: transit, infrastructure for walking and biking, better planning, and increased electric and alternative fueling stations like for hydrogen. A surface transportation bill can help support and fund all of these approaches, and we want to make sure that it does. We were able to include, perhaps 18 months ago, the first ever climate title in our last bill, ATIA, and provide an authorization level for that for about $10 billion. We plan to build on that and to move even more strongly in that direction. Today we'll be having our first transportation infrastructure hearing of the year to hear from states, from cities, and other critical stakeholders on their perspectives for how we build back better. And I also want to make sure that I hear from my Senate colleagues, so Senator Capito and I'll be asking for their input from every state on top priorities as we get to work together. Passing a comprehensive reauthorization package in the Senate isn't something that EPW, though, can do alone. The Senate Banking Committee has a part to do, Commerce Committee has a part to do, Finance Committee as well. All have jurisdiction on parts of the legislation dealing with transit and rail, highway safety, financing tools, and funding. So they'll be key partners in the road ahead. It is my hope that my colleagues in those committees will also move quickly, as we are in the Environment and Public Works Committee, with a goal of marking up a bill this summer, passing comprehensive reauthorization by September 30th, when our one-year extension expires. In addition to reauthorization, though, we also expect to work on infrastructure as part of a future reconciliation package this Congress. Budget reconciliation is an important tool to direct committees to develop legislation and affect direct spending. It's been used historically in the transportation context to raise revenue for transportation and to direct spending. And when it comes to transportation bills, we all know what the biggest challenge is, and that is how we're going to pay for this stuff. So as we get to work on a reconciliation bill, we'll also be looking for opportunities to shore up the Highway Trust Fund and provide us with the funding we need to do a bipartisan long-term reauthorization bill. Now, none of this would work none of this work, rather, we could do would be possible without all of you. In every one of our 50 states that I know this year has been a challenging one for all of us. The transportation sector has been directly hurt. State transportation agencies power the safe movement of people and goods every single day. It's critical that you get the support you need to continue that vital work and persevere through the challenges posed by COVID. So I was proud to support direct funding relief to state transportation agencies as part of the COVID relief package we passed in December. Those funds will help state departments of transportation manage the severe revenue losses caused by the pandemic. And I know we have plenty of work to do and challenges still ahead of us, but in the words of Albert Einstein, in adversity lies opportunity. Plenty of adversity, also plenty of opportunity. And I'm hopeful and excited about what's to come. I know that AASHTO will continue to be a critical partner as we develop and implement these critical investments in safety and climate and mobility. I want to thank you for your partnership and support as we get to work together. We have bright days ahead. We look forward to sharing them with all of you. God bless. Have a great day. Thank you so much.